Eat Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime!
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you. Yes.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Shannon Keegren with Boise State Softball. Summer in Idaho is the best time of year. Rodeos, camping trips, and the hikes that end in views you'll never forget. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're here to get you there. With a team known for incredible customer service, the best new and pre-owned inventory, and a commitment to making your experience easy, friendly, and fast. But here's the best part. Every purchase here helps support Boise State athletics through their NIL partnership and athletic sponsorships. See you soon at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, good morning, Bronco Nation, and welcome. Boise State University. We're down here at Albertsons Stadium. There you see the stage is set, literally, Mike Prater, for Banana Ball tonight, as the Texas Tailgaters are the visiting team tonight against the Party Animals here in Boise. The entire setup is already going. They've got the tents up for the merchandise. They're icing up the beer, Mike Prater. This is a crazier setup than a Boise State football game in terms of the parking and everything and logistics, but excited to be here, excited to talk some North End Zone, some Banana Ball. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Holy cow. I couldn't believe it when I pulled up onto the property. And when I say pull up onto the property, not really, because you have to park a couple of blocks away. It is like a Boise State football game. It's early in the morning. It's crisp. The weather outside is gorgeous. It's going to be a spectacular weekend in Boise. And oh my gosh, that's a lot of fun. And it's crazy. It's busy. There's all kinds of activity running around. There must be something going on at Albertsons Stadium this weekend.
Yeah, no one's giving me the can't hear you or can't see you. So it looks like we're off to a good start here, which is saying something. But what a background. They said Mike Prater is the first comment here. So this is your first time, and we're going to talk plenty of Banana Ball. But, this facility is also why we're here. Tonight's the official unveiling. Nathan Burke going to join us a little later in the show. But you walk in this place, it's a game changer here.
Oh, my gosh. I talked to you earlier this morning on the phone, and you said, just go to the front door. And I said, what the hell does that mean? I've been, unfortunate timing the last couple weekends in the summer where the Boise State's had those media tours for this place. I have never stepped foot inside this building yet. I did a couple of shows up on the concourse, and that was really, really cool. So to get down inside the guts of this place after watching it being built for a couple of years, it's absolutely spectacular. First thing you notice, it's just like a brand new car. It smells so stinking good, so stinking fresh, and so stinking new. And that is pretty cool. I guess this is the big giant Simplot ballroom. All kinds of activities will be going on here. So we'll get to know this place a lot over the next couple of years. But today, it's all about a baseball game, right?
It is, and I think it's the Simplot Club. If we want to get a ballroom, sounds nice too. But we will talk plenty about this facility with Nathan Burke here in a little bit. But our first guest is coming up here in a little bit, so I wanted to get to the Banana Ball. Mike, you were holding the ball here. We have the official game ball for tonight. No truth to the rumor that you're throwing out the first pitch. We've seen that done at the Hawks game.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So that is definitely not going to happen. So what a crazy experience. Not only the as we just talked about the North End Zone opening up, but 60,000 plus people. I'm not sure what the number is over the next two nights coming into this stadium. It's almost like a Garth Brooks concert, but maybe even different, certainly better, and a really cool event for the city of Boise.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't kidding about in terms of the parking, and all the streets are already shut down. If you are coming down, give yourself plenty of time. 11 o'clock, I believe the parking lot's open. 2 o'clock, you want to be ready to go by 2 o'clock when you can get inside to this plaza. And basically, Mike, this entire side of the east side of the stadium is blocked off. You come in and get your merchandise. There's going to be player appearances, player autographs starting at 2 o'clock from both teams. And then 3 o'clock, they start kind of a pep rally type thing up on the stage.
Wow.
And it is nonstop action. I've kind of jokingly said this, but when I went to the one in St. Louis, now, it was also 110 degrees that day in August, which was part of the reason. But I sat down when they threw that first pitch of the actual game. I was exhausted, almost ready to go. I mean, it is a long, fun day. Get down here early, have fun. Hope the kids got some sleep last night. But now, Mike, Banana Ball itself. I know you're an old school, you're a baseball purist guy, and you don't know a ton about it. But what's just? I'm going to show you the rules here in a second, and I want to get your live reaction. What do you think you know about the Bananas? What are you expecting this to be the next two nights here?
Yeah, I don't know much about the Bananas. I'm here to learn about it. Banana Ball. Yeah. I can't say the Bananas. Yeah. Banana Ball. We're going to learn about it today during the show. You're coming on Idaho Sports Talk at 4:15 later on today, and we're going to talk about it some more. I don't know that much about it. I've seen it. I watched it about an hour of it on television with my nephews last weekend. They were into it. It was kind of fun. Guys, one of my favorite words in life is passion. And I don't care if you're passionate about birds or rocks or water or moons or flies or whatever the hell you're passionate about. You put that many people in this kind of passion in something, it's beyond belief. Now, we all grew up, me being the old guy, grew up with the Harlem Globetrotters, and I'm sure the Banana Ball has been compared to the Harlem Globetrotters, but this is nothing compared to what the Harlem Globetrotters. I remember when they first showed up in my high school locker room, Meadowlark Lemon was smoking a cigarette in front of my locker. And so this is not the Harlem Globetrotters. This is the Harlem Globetrotters on steroids. This is the Harlem Globetrotters in the 21st century, the marketing, the PR. We saw the social media blast all over the place that started in the last 48 hours. This is absolutely precision. It's a business with this really passionate fan base, and it's really cool. I respect it. I'm not going to be going this weekend because I got some other stuff going on, but respect it for what it's about. Respect the passion and the energy in this building the next couple of days is going to be fantastic.
Now, one thing different than the Harlem Globetrotters is this is not rigged. I mean, this is an actual game. It's not the Bananas win every time they play. Party Animals are the home team. They're going to win tonight. The
Washington Generals won twice, right?
Okay, all right. We knew it was coming. The clock's at 20 seconds. The 3-man weave. They dunk it at the buzzer. Like, we kind of, you don't know what you're getting here. Every night's a new show. There's new events, but this is an actual game where either team can win the game. With that, Mike Prater, part of the whole reason we're going to talk to Joe Zolo here in about 5 minutes about this is some of the things they want to do to engage folks. There's some music, there's dancing, you get that. But the actual baseball, there are some different rules to try to speed up the game, to make it more energetic. So, Mike Prater, I'm going to show you the rules to Banana Ball. We're going to put them on the screen here, and then I want to get your reaction live. Here's the president, the owner, Jesse Cole, with the rules to Banana Ball.
Banana Ball is the fastest and most entertaining show in sports. And the 11 rules guarantee the most fans-first experience every second.
Unbelievable! Welcome to the Banana Ball Championship League.
Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. The team that scores the most runs in the inning wins the point.
It's a walk-off winner to the deepest part of the field! Oh my goodness!
With the equalizer point, trick plays provide the away team an opportunity to earn a point going into the final inning. And in the final inning, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, Banana Ball has a 2-hour time limit, guaranteeing that every game is fast-paced and action-packed. Rule number 3, no stepping out of the batter's box. If you do, it will result in a strike.
Max stepped out of the box, and because he stepped out of the box, that's it.
Rule number 4, no bunting, because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base.
Ball 3, Gideon taking off for first, throw from Leroy in time.
Rule number 6, there's no walks. Walks are ball 4 sprints. The batter can advance as far as they want until every position player touches the ball.
Those defenders have touched the Banana Ball. It is a 4-base sprint to open up the ball game.
Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, foul balls caught by a fan count as an out.
Oh, they caught it! They did! They caught it on the third point. We're going to showdowns.
Rule number 9, the showdowns. In showdowns, the best of the best face off in the biggest moment. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder behind them. And the hitter has to score.
Deep to right center. See you later.
Rule number 10, the Banana Ball Challenge Roll gives the coaches and you, the fans, a chance to impact a call on the field. Rule number 11, the Golden Battle. Once a game, each team can give any player an at-bat, regardless of the lineup. This offers the biggest matchups on the biggest stage.
Big on big. K-Mark, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Get out of here, ball! That thing had a family!
And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
Where's Major League Baseball? I mean, they need to adopt at least 4 or 5 of those things. And I know Major League Baseball's trying to get that game down to 2 hours, and that's never going to happen. It doesn't need to be 2 hours, but some of the clock stuff I think is really cool. What was the one that he gets automatic ejection? Was that the which one is the
if
bunting?
If you bunt, you're kicked out of the game. Yeah.
If you bunt, you get kicked out of the game because bunting sucks. That's my perfect rule. I love that rule. The fans actually being able to contribute to an out in the outfield or in the stands, that's pretty spectacular. I'm all about those rules. Let's bring it on.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of cool. We're excited about it. And again, Nathan Burke's going to join us in about 15 minutes, and we're going to really dive into this North End Zone project here. But let's talk to Joe Zolo. Let's get a little more information on this project here and how that all works. And we'll tell you more about Banana Ball. Excited for the game tonight. Joe Zolo from the Party Animals is going to join us in 30 seconds here on Bronco Nation News.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Kenzie with Boise State Soccer. In Boise, winters show up strong, and so do we. Between work, family, and everything life throws our way, we need a vehicle we can count. That's why I drive a Ford Bronco with all-wheel drive. Right now, during our all-wheel drive sales event, you can get the safety and reliability you deserve. Come check out the full lineup of all-wheel drive vehicles at Lithia Ford of Boise. And when you buy here, you're supporting Boise State Athletics and Lithia Ford NAL partnerships. Come see us at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
All right, we're back live here. We got Joe Zolo with us, and Joe, you are all kinds of different names: producer, game caller. You run this place pretty much.
A little bit of everything, yeah. Show caller for the party animals. So, well, yeah, we
appreciate you coming on. You got a very busy day. You got meetings and things, and we appreciate you for finding 10 minutes to talk to us about this. But this is a weekly thing for you. You're in a different city, in a different part of the country every single week. To have this tour here, stop in Boise, Idaho, the first Mike Prater ever football stadium event that it does not actually include the Savannah Bananas. So to bring the party animals, the tailgaters, 30,000 plus people, as Mike said, the next 2 nights, obviously the first event on a blue field. What's the excitement level for Banana Ball to be here in Boise?
Insane excitement level. So as you mentioned, first football stadium without the Bananas. So our guys, our party animals, been around since 2020. A lot of guys have been here since the beginning. They've been waiting, salivating for this moment. Their first MLB headliner they had, their energy was through the roof. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like here today.
Boise's a great market, and obviously the response has been spectacular. But are you guys here because of the blue?
I'm not going to lie to you. When this was announced and we said we got a little preview in September before we announced this all to the public, the blue turf, we're all like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's something that's iconic. You have Eastern Washington with the red and then Boise with the blue. This is arguably one of the most iconic fields in college football and just sports in general. So us thinking, how's this yellow ball going to look on a blue turf is going to be really, really cool. So we're so excited. And when we showed up, when we got to walk in and just see the blue turf with a baseball field on it, insane.
Yeah, no, it's insane for us to look at it. And I'll never forget growing up here and doing things out there in high school when it was green and with the complex that it's here and the fact that you guys are coming in here. And I only thought like the Garth Brookses of the world could put 80,000 people inside this stadium on a weekend. What is it about for a guy like me? What is it about? I talked about passion earlier in the show. What connected? Why did Banana Ball take off so passionately across this entire country?
Yeah, I think, fans first is what is our entertainment, or what is our company as a whole. So when we get our checks, it doesn't say Savannah Bananas or Party Animals, it says Fans First Entertainment. So we put those fans first. It's relatively inexpensive to get in the door to our games. I know we were talking before,
cheaper than the concert I wanted to go to last night.
Cheap tickets. It's $40 just to get in the door if you did want to get here. And we have players constantly interacting with fans. We go into the stands. When we do our starting lineups for the party animals, we actually put them in the stands and get every single fan involved in certain sections throughout. So you'll see a guy up in the upper decks, probably up towards, I think it's the Double Ranch Club or something there. He's going to be up there waving a flag and then make his way down to the field for the national anthem. So we get as into the fans as possible so they feel like they're actually a part of the show and a part of the game.
When you get an old white guy like me who's just kind of learning about it, do you hate it when you get compared to the Harlem Globetrotters? Because you hear that all the time, I'm sure.
We do get that all the time. And it's not that we don't like it. It's the easiest comparison for a lot of people. Yeah. And
lazy.
Yeah, well, you said it before as we were talking. You said, the Harlem Globetrotters, but it's not scripted. So, yes, the entertainment and stuff, and we have certain things in there that are, scripted from the promos and the walk-ups that we do. But if we could script a home run every time, it'd be great. But we can't do that. So, the strikeouts, the hits, everything, the trick plays, all of it is legit when it comes to this ball flying across the field.
So how does it work in terms of, and again, Joe Zolo, our guest with the party animals, how does it work in terms of when the players arrive, when you guys arrive? I know yesterday there was some, and you mentioned like quote unquote rehearsals, but that's for some of the dances. I mean, the actual game is 100% what happens in the game, but there are, we know in the top of the second inning, we're going to do this, fifth inning, we're going to do this. How much planning goes into all of that throughout the week, and then how much rehearsal is done, and what does it take for these guys to have to learn new dances and new rehearsals literally every week and then remember it, come game time?
Yeah, I'm so fortunate to have a group of a lot of veterans. We only have 2 guys that are brand new to Banana Ball on the party animals. They've won the last 3 years. So we've had a lot of veterans. Coach Vava brought all the team back. So they get all their stuff pretty much on Tuesday. We decide everything in our Tuesday meetings, what we call OTT moments, over the top. So those walk-ups, those run celebrations, those other things. We then send that to them, be like, hey guys, here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to learn for the weekend. We travel on Wednesday. We rehearse it on Thursday. Luckily in a big stadium, we get the extra day. Friday, we'll rehearse today for 45 minutes and then they're off and running. The great part about our guys is they take it so seriously. They're so passionate about their brand that they will, the moment they get it, they're texting me like, hey, do you have any tutorials on this? Can you help me with this? It makes me feel really good and confident going into the weekend knowing that they're taking it as seriously, if not more serious, than we are as an entertainment team.
Where do the players come from? I mean, I'm assuming you have to have a baseball background, or maybe you get the entertainer of the year kind of guy and you're teaching baseball. Where do they come from?
Yeah, they are all former baseball players. Most of these guys have no dance experience, no entertainment experience before coming into Banana Ball. You have some guys like our catcher, Andy Cosgrove. He was drafted by the Twins in 2017, but then also ended up on the reality TV show Love Island. So you have guys that have been in front of the camera before. But a guy like Tanner Thomas, he played at Virginia Tech. He was in the ACC. Very good player. And then he comes into Banana Ball. He's one of the best left-handed hitters in the entire league. Jake Skoll was the 15th overall pick in the 2010 MLB draft. Wow. So, but then, goes down with an injury. As we know, these major league teams, if you get an injury a little bit, there's a million other guys waiting to take your spot. So he's found a home here in Banana Ball. He's also a former D1 football player for Georgia under Kirby Smart.
Well, and you've also, Jackie Bradley Jr. is now playing for the Clowns. You've added, former stuff. Do you see it going a little more that way? Maybe these guys that aren't quite old enough to or good enough to hang on in the MLB, but could come play for a year or two and help out here. Is he the first of many, you think? Could each team have a guy or two like that?
I think so. And Jackie's been an unbelievable addition to Banana Ball. We had people saying when we first got him, it was like he batted 132 for the Royals in 2023 or 24, his last season. They're like, how's he going to be able to hit? I'm like, guys, he was against major league pitching. Now he comes here and our pitching is still, guys are throwing high 90s, curveballs, all this crazy movement. But he was seeing, Cy Young winners every single week and every single day. And he played on championship teams. Jackie coming here and watching him play center field and just with his bat is unbelievable. And I think former major league players that, maybe are in their early 30s or mid 30s that their major league days are maybe behind them, but then they can see, hey, I can go play the game I love 2-3 days a week, live with my family, have a fun time playing the game that I played as a kid. And Jackie has been a great example. He's unbelievable with the fans. My whole family grew up Red Sox fans, so it's been really fun to see him and work alongside him.
You can't do anything this big anymore without having a monster social media presence. And as soon as you guys started hitting town, even before then, you could sense a little bit. But once you guys started hitting town over the last 48 hours, it became just everywhere. How important is social media to your success?
That's been the biggest catalyst of us growing. We don't do any paid marketing. So we all make a lot of noise. And through that noise of social media, and that's what a lot of those meetings and walk-ups and over-the-top moments, that's what we do. Last week, we did a walk-up to a trending K-pop song. It's got almost 3 million views on TikTok now.
Wow.
So it's those little things that help us grow as a company. We're not promoting, hey, you got to come to our game because X, Y, Z. It's like, you want to be there because you're going to miss this. You want to be there because you want to see this in person. So yes, you have the fun on social media, but the thing I love, and when people come here, they're like, wow, that's way different than watching it on the broadcast, or that's way different than watching the clips on social media, because it's such an immersive experience. And I'm sure that might have been something that you even felt going to St. Louis, as you mentioned.
One more follow-up on the players. Is part of the interview process, I would imagine there's a job screening process just like anything else. Is part of that a personality test, or will you take an old grumpy baseball player and try to teach him how to have personality?
Yeah, I think, to take Jackie Bradley, for instance, he came and played with us for the Bananas in 2024 or 2025 when we had the game at Fenway. And he loved his experience. He was unbelievable to work with, super nice guy. So you could just kind of tell in that moment he got it and knew what we were all about. So during the whole process of tryouts and everything like that, you kind of just get the feel for somebody's personality. We have a whole visitors team that are playing inter squad between each other. That's going to be for the draft later on this year. That'll get announced. But you kind of feel out those guys during that, just as you would in any interview process. Sure. You can kind of see like, oh, this guy's going to be, fun to work with, or he'll be great to get along with, or he's like, he's kind of quiet, not really sure how he's going to be. And sometimes people surprise us, but for the most part, you can kind of get that feeling going through tryouts and even just seeing them interact with their, new teammates that they're with.
Now, I know you're not going to give away the special guests and all that, but that's one of the coolest things that I think is the former players that come back. I mean, when I went to St. Louis, I got to see Adam Wainwright come pitch again. I mean, after he had retired, and we see every place you guys go, all those former Cubs players came out and played. I know it's a little different when you have a football stadium and not necessarily baseball history, but what kind of process goes into that? And in terms of former coaches, former players, whether it's we saw Bill Belichick, coaching first one of the games and throw his challenge flag when he didn't like a call. I mean, again, I know you're not going to give it away, but what goes into that process, and can we expect some familiar faces in general appearing over the next 2 days?
Definitely. Yeah. That process, especially with the schools, is great. We can use them as a huge resource for alumni and things like that. So Chris and Nathan have been a great help in actually getting that to come to fruition. So there'll definitely be a former Boise State athlete there. I'm not going to say who, but very, very well known and one of the greatest games of all time that I've ever witnessed. And we're still even potentially working on some more that I can't even mention, but I just got a text last night that we might have somebody else that can come in. So yeah, it's a process that, we got in contact with this former athlete, about a week and a half ago, and then I got a text last night saying, "Hey, we might have somebody else for you for the weekend." So yeah, it can be a process.
They've already sold all the tickets, so they're not trying to.
Sell more tickets. My head is swimming right now. I think I know one name. I'll keep it to myself. Although you do know that Boise State's quarterback was a hell of a baseball player back in the day, state champion, and he's got nice curly blonde hair, a big smile, big personality.
Hey,
can you drag a guy out with eligibility left?
I mean, we could. We've had people come in.
Maybe give him a check. And,
why not? Why not?
Is the dancing umpire here?
Yes, I just got the text this morning. Vincent Chapman will be behind the plate for us tomorrow and Saturday, or tonight and Saturday.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. And the fact that these games are on ESPN, how does that change it? You've got 2 other series going on that are just on YouTube. The fact that this is kind of your big showcase this weekend, I assume, you guys care about all 3 of the series, but a lot of the eggs probably go into the one that's getting the national TV and everything.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, we tend to put that big stadium on ESPN, True TV, whomever that partner is that weekend. So yeah, the 2 games on ESPN this weekend are kind of crazy. And really the biggest thing that changes for us is sometimes, we need to go quick through our promotions and get through to that 2-hour time limit. Commercial breaks, that's something that we're still working with. So sometimes it's a 2-minute break, sometimes it's a minute 30. It's just working alongside that, but you can't really beat being on ESPN on a Friday and Saturday night playing some banana ball. It's fun.
If I channeled my inner Little League, after seeing that right field porch, I think there's a chance I might be able to crank one over that right field porch. It's short. And when it comes to entertainment, how much do you guys take advantage of that?
I'll tell you right now, the Tailgaters have the home run leader in banana ball right now. I think he has 23 or 24 home runs. Kyle Martin, former AAA player. He's a lefty. Pull hitter. We already
watch out, baby.
We already have a home run celebration in the script for him. So if he hits a home run, there's something fun that Kyle Martin will do when he inevitably hits that home run. I've looked at our coaching staff. I'm like, hey, are we just going to intentionally ball four sprint him all weekend? Because he's an unbelievable player. He could check swing one 300 feet.
Over the net, or if it hits the net, does that count? So that helps a little, right?
Yeah. So if it hits the net, you're basically playing that. Like imagine that being the green monster at Fenway. So that plays off of that. Comes down, live ball. If it falls behind the padding, then it's an automatic double. But if it comes back into the field of play it like normal. If it goes over, home run.
Well, I got so many questions. We could talk to you for an hour, but you got actual work to do today. So we appreciate you coming on. I guess final thing real quick, just kind of how we started, just being in Boise. And I know you go to a different place every time, but what's the excitement level to let this city and, no pro sports teams here. I mean, they have Boise State, but this is obviously a big deal. And I know it is everywhere you go, but you guys got to be pumped for the next 2 days.
So excited. And again, this was one of the ones that were checked off on this in Milwaukee because it was our first MLB headliner without the bananas, and now this the first football headliner without the bananas. This has been on the calendar since September last year when we found out internally that we were going here. So I cannot be more excited to be here. First time in Idaho. I've loved the 2 days that we spent here so far. It's been amazing.
Awesome, man. Well, Joe, thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate you. Best
you guys.
of luck the next 2 days. And going to be fun. Banana Ball here the next couple of days. Again, thank a couple great sponsors, and then we're going to get Nathan Burke on as well. Appreciate Lithia Ford of Boise, LithiaFordBoise.com, Jim Sturk and Company. We appreciate him for his support of Bronco Nation News. Lithia Ford of Boise. You can check them out online at LithiaFordBoise.com. We want to thank Jackson's as well. Jackson's, and if you want to get out to Roaring Springs, 2 Coca-Cola products, you can still do that at Jackson's. Save up to $32 at Jackson's when you buy 2 Coca-Cola products. products, again, from our friends at Jackson's. I want to thank Idaho Central Credit Union as well. ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Check it out. ICCU.com. And of course, the Nicolason family and our friends at Taco Bell just made that big $1 million donation to Boise State. Return the favor, folks. Get out to Taco Bell for your next meal. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. All right, Nathan Burke joins us from one All-Star to another. We appreciate you for jumping in today. It's a crazy day, so we appreciate your time. What's the feeling like, man? Waking up, just the excitement of tonight, this facility, fans getting to see it for the first time. It's got to be a pretty cool feeling for you.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and definitely do not recommend opening a stadium renovation on the same weekend as you're painting a football field to be a baseball field. But couldn't say enough about the crew in our sports entertainment group coming together. Long days, late nights. I'd be lying if I didn't say that. There was a few times it might have been an overnight for me in the past couple of weeks, but we're ready to go and couldn't be more excited about the product that's going to be on the field today and tomorrow.
And I know we want to talk to you about this facility and the football side of things, but just one more on the banana ball for me. Just what you guys are trying to get. We got the monster. You had the monster trucks. You've had some concerts. I mean, how did the process work to get banana ball here? And what does it mean, I guess, to show that once again you guys can do something like this in this stadium, and the fact that it's going to be on ESPN the next 2 nights. What does this do for the hope for future events as well? Yeah, for sure. You can't just have the same product over and over and hope that people show up, right? You got to change it up, if you all you do is the run, people start calling for the throw. If all you do is throw, people start calling for the run. So we're trying to switch it up here and call a couple of play actions, we'll call it. So these are really boxes for us that we haven't checked in the past with family entertainment, stuff that appeals to kids, to families. And so the data bears it out too. The people that are coming into our building, seeing these things is really just a testament to the plan and the process that's gone into all of this. And we're just excited to see new faces at Albertsons Stadium. Well, I guess one more on the logistics side of this. When I was trying to find a place to park, I mean, this looks more shut down than a football game. I mean, it is crazy around here. Just what has it been like? I mean, they obviously come in and need a big setup and really take over the parking lot. And we saw the tent for the merchandise in the
tent. There's like 30 of them.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got one as big as this building here out there in the corner of the parking lot. What is it? Just the logistics part of this for you and your team? And he said they travel with 200 plus people on their own. And we saw the trucks. Like what is in store the next couple of days on the logistics side, and how's it been dealing with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the circus is in town, right? The circus pulled up on the train, they unloaded their big tops, and now they're here. A lot of that is local, which is, again, Boise's growing up as a community. We have all these services available. People are moving into the area saying, hey, we want to open up businesses that support these large events like this. And then again, for our partners at Visit Boise and SWITA and the other tourism districts around that really stepped up to help make an event like this happen. But then you see, 4, 5, 6 busfuls full of people that are coming and staying 3, 4 nights in hotels and in downtown Boise. It really is, part of the community. The logistics side is just, it's crazy. It's bananas, and trying to get them, everything that they need, and they're awesome people, and they do this, professionally, and they just have so much creativity. We're just happy to serve. And so when they pick up the phone and say, hey, what about this? We try to make it work. And that's really, who we are as an entertainment group is bring us a crazy idea. Let's see if we can make it happen. And, if it's going to be unique enough, cool enough, or do well enough, then yeah, we're going to do it in Albertsons Stadium.
80,000 people. I think it was pretty close to that number when Garth Brooks came in here for a weekend. It was the biggest entertainment weekend in the history of the state of Idaho. This has to be number 2. What kind of numbers are we looking at here? Because the stadium configuration has changed. Obviously, you can't put seats on the floor. 60 plus, 65,000 plus. Can you push 70?
Yeah, we're going to get dang near 70 for sure. And especially when you include all the, even just the talent and the people around that, even before you get to merchandise and custodial and facilities teams. But we're in between 34 and 35 in a seated capacity for a game. We haven't really dialed that number in yet, and we'll push north of that as we get to introduce some other things like standing room only. But yeah, I mean, we're dang near 70,000 people in the stadium. But what I will say is economically, this probably has as big or even bigger impact than Garth did, because Post Malone himself did more than Garth in a single night. And that's just it's the difference between doing a one-off event that you do once and doing this over and over and over again, getting more efficient and getting better at what you do to get product in people's hands and merchandise. And that's what all these tents are: merchandise and food and beverage. And just, those are the things that'll really, really put a number to this. It's eye-popping.
I want a little sidetrack thing here, because you keep talking about Boise State sports and entertainment business now, and we know that that's kind of a new company. I don't know if you're calling it a new company or a new division of Boise State athletics.
The COO, I believe.
I believe so. And I don't know if people really realize that you guys are officially in the entertainment business now. Everything you guys do, like this kind of stuff, is just the beginning of this brand huge vision that you have. Talk to me about Boise State sports and entertainment. How many employees you have? What's the base and the foundation of the growth of this business that's going to be so important to the future of what you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. That name's intentional, right? You see these entertainment groups and, around this area and other parts of the country, and everybody's doing this, very much in the professional leagues and colleges. You've had a couple that have done it a long time, Kentucky, Ohio State, some of the ones that really have done this, and they have divisions that either live in the institution, separate from the institution, or in the athletic department. It's a blessing and a curse to be part of athletics. We're putting on this big event, and then football gives me a call and says, hey, we've got an issue that needs to be resolved by Monday morning, and the clock doesn't stop. And so we have about 40 plus full-time employees under the sports and entertainment group.
Wow.
We hire a ton of students. I could not begin to do this business without the learning opportunities and the hands-on job training that we do for students, and we employ them night and day, which is great for students. Some students have classes in the morning but are free at night, or vice versa, and we're able to kind of meet them where they're at and provide opportunities. And the number of people that have gone on and gotten great jobs in this industry across the country is just a testament to what we're doing matters on multiple levels. And so we're here, we're planting our flag. We're definitely one of those that you want to look at and say, hey, go stop in Boise. They'll take care of you. They'll get you in quick. They'll get you out quick, and you're going to sell out your event. And Boise is noisy, right? They're gonna make some noise and be a good crowd for you.
Nathan Burke, our guest for a couple more minutes. We're talking about Banana Ball tonight, but also this facility. By the way, question here from somebody in the chat: can they bring their own stadium chairs in for Banana Ball tonight?
Stadium outside chairs we don't do for special events, and we're also considering that for football as well. We get a lot of complaints, not from people bringing chairs in, but from the people that have to sit around them. So no outside chairbacks. We do have our own chairbacks that are here for rent that you can purchase and put on your seats, but seat cushions are allowed. So if you're bringing in a cushion that just goes on the seat, those are totally fine.
Okay, good to know. You meant, how does this facility help also with? You showed us the locker room and what that's going to look like for the talent of the shows and things like that. Like, how much more attractive now is concerts and events and things because of this building right here?
Yeah, it allows us to do things that we wouldn't normally be able to do. We wouldn't have been able to do this the weekend before fall camp starts because we would have had to kick football out of their building. Well, now we can do it. We can do concerts in the summer. We can maybe do some on away weeks or bye weeks in the fall. And this gives us plenty of homes. And the whole facility was built with 365 day a year activation. And we already have rentals in the recruiting lounge and the North End Zone Club. We've got, people that are using the visiting locker room, and that's where Banana Ball is. They're in the recruiting lounge, the visiting locker room. They got plenty of space to spread out to take care of a team of 200 people that are coming in. Wow. And so that's a part of this facility growing up. And when you look out there now, this facility looks a little bit different than it did about 5 years ago, right? New lights, new sound, new video board, new end zone. And that's, all for the fan service. We want to make sure this is a great place to come and watch an event or a game.
First public event, I believe, for the new North End Zone complex. Logistically, is this thing 100% done? I'm sure behind the scenes you're sweeping up something somewhere. and when those field level suites and everything else opens tonight, there'll be five alarm fires all over the place for a guy like you to put out. But are you happy with where it is right now and how it all fits in? And I took a tour of one of those field level suites just before I jumped on the show. Absolutely spectacular. This place is a game changer. Is tonight going to be smooth?
Good question. You let me know about midnight tonight if it was smooth or not.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to think. Yeah. I remember the old wooden press box, for crying out loud. There was 40 dudes up there sharing one toilet.
Yeah, how smooth was it getting up there?
No!
I'm going to be the one to test the beer tap tonight. I'll let you know.
There you go. There you go. No, we'll have bumps for sure. You can't open a facility and know what everything's. We're going to find out that there's light switches that don't work or plugs that don't work. I think I saw a missing doorknob earlier. There's things.
That wasn't me, I promise.
We already had somebody break a chair. So there's
that wasn't me. Me either.
It's in one of the suites. No, but it's you never really know what you got until you get in and test it out. The good news is we get 2 cracks at this before we get to football. It's not 100% done by any stretch of the imagination. It's 100% functional, and that's the only thing that matters. And we've got a long list of punch list items. We got some issues with some fridges and loge boxes that are leaking or aren't working, and great partners at Coke that are sending out technicians to try and get it done. We continue to work, and we've gotten substantial completion, but not final completion. So we got about a month left of work, just odds and ends, real minor stuff, but nothing that really would affect the fan or the fan experience. Everything that's there should be functional, and the fans will have a great time this weekend.
And I know you mentioned maybe some of the food options won't be exactly the same for like a football game, but the bar will be open. This thing will be full. I mean, you've been looking at this thing and telling people about it for 2 years just to get some people in here tonight. And maybe it is to test out some stuff, but also just for, the donors and people that bought the suites, and for fans and people to just see this place. Finally, you've done a lot of tours and stuff, but for the first public tour, I guess tonight, what just your excitement level to open these doors and let people have at this place?
I mean, just really excited. It's the vision coming together and seeing everything come to real life. You see pretty pictures and things, and then you see what's delivered. Fortunately, what we delivered and the team delivered is really close to what we drew up. So that's proud of that, and how we're able to stay on budget and make, important decisions to where, we spent money, I feel like, in the right places to make this, to give you that impression when you walk in of, wow. Food service won't look anything like it does on football game days when you come in tonight. It'll be more concession based. You got to pay for the food in here, things like that. But it'll give us a chance to test that equipment, and how's the equipment working, and do we have the right plug on it and power and all that other stuff. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this in operation, and the validation of like, man, this 18 months of work. When I got off the plane from the Fiesta Bowl 18 months ago and went straight from the airport to work to clean out the north end zone so that we could tear it down, and then to be here today, wow, I can't even believe, this is where we're at 18 months later.
The variety. You talked about the variety and trying to do something different. You want to be like the Baskin Robbins of sports entertainment with all kinds of crazy stuff. Yes, my mind went there for straight to food. But
the kitchen is right around the corner.
Kitchen's right around the corner. They're setting something up back over here. I don't know. Do you have any other? Probably nothing else is going to be planned for the rest of this calendar year because football becomes a major priority. Specifically, what kind of different events? Not concerts or maybe even soccer games or banana ball. What other kind of events could you feasibly put in here? Hot Wheels stuff was amazing.
Yeah, we're the proud owners of 250,000 cubic yard, whatever. Like we have dirt coming out of our ears now for monster trucks. So we have 300 dump trucks full of dirt. Feel like a rodeo in Boise, in Albertsons Stadium ought to be like one of the coolest things we could do in here. And so like, nice. I'm a big proponent of let's do a rodeo. Let's have, somebody come out and perform as well. We got other things in the works, motorsports fits really well in a stadium environment.
Yep.
Concerts obviously are no brainers, but if anybody has a direct line to the NHL, let me know. Hockey on the Blue is a dream. And
Steelheads have been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
Trap has always said that he wants to do that. He just needs $1 million.
That's all he needs. Somebody want to step up, we'll do it.
I've always thought about it. And what about a preseason NFL game? Could you get the Raiders against the Saints or something in a preseason? I mean, in baseball and basketball, they'll go do that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know. You don't see it very much in football, but I feel like a preseason game with a couple former players coming back would do very well here.
Oh man, I mean, it would just do anything that we do that brings in a product that we don't have in the market's going to do well. And as we've seen with monster trucks and with banana ball, people have their own opinions on some of the things we're doing, but what you're saying is there's a lot of people really passionate about some of these things that may not be on everyone's radar. And, that's not my job to tell people what to like. My job is just to provide options so that, Bronco Nation and the Treasure Valley can come out and choose what they want to, engage with us on. And on top of that, we also have Extra Mile Arena and everything that we're doing in there. We've got Disney and, shows through there. We've got we've got orchestra type things. We've got concerts. We got all kinds of stuff that have come through there the past, 40 years. And we're going to continue to do those things here.
Well, I wanted UFL. You know that. I've been trying. UFL football would have been a cool one. Yeah, I know you got so many people texting. Oh, get this concert, get this, get that. Oh, you should have this and rodeo. That's first I've heard of that, Mike.
That's a good one.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a pretty darn cool.
That's a good one.
And you mix that with the right act, as you said, for a show. I think that'd be really cool.
Give me a little bull riding. Give me a little Lainey Wilson. I'm first in line, brother. I'm first in line.
Let's do it. Lainey, are you listening?
Yes, please. Yes. Come on, man. Come on.
Yes. Nathan, appreciate your time. Any final words to Bronco Nation just about folks that are coming here, or what to expect, or just what's next, as you say, but just you guys, obviously it's going to be a fun couple of days, and then like you said, you're right into fall camp, and I know I heard you say by Monday the field's already going to look back like a football field, in 2 days, all weekend, all night tonight. You guys will be working on that. But what's just any final message about this building or where you guys are headed here as a program, because it's going to be a fun couple of days.
Yeah, definitely. Come in, have a great time, be patient. We're down some staff members with smoke, and people are saying like, oh, I'm not coming in. I don't want to be outside that long, which is understandable. And so we're filling in gaps. We're in a really good place. But if a line is a little bit longer than you'd like, just have some patience. We're dealing with a lot of the same things that other people around the valley are dealing with. But more than that, and more than anything, once you're in and in your seat, it's a 2-hour fever dream, man. This game is so much fun to watch. You'll be engaged from the moment that they, show up until the moment that you leave. And that's going to be the big takeaway here is come and create some core memories with us at Boise State tonight.
The one thing that's caught me off guard is the logistics, not so much for the event itself, but the pregame stuff. I think the 2 o'clock, you said, by 2 o'clock, this place is going to be insane before a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock start time tonight. The logistics and the fan experience for those first 4 or 5 hours, getting here on time, enjoying the amenities of what you guys have. That part I'm not quite sure people really understand about what's going to happen tonight. So, is that an easy process as well for these fans?
I mean, it's a seamless process. You come in, you scan your ticket, you're in with us the rest of the day. We'll have food, we'll have beverage, we'll have cooling stations, we've got water, we got there's plenty of merch. That stage out there, from the minute that they open up that fan plaza all the way up until first pitch, is going to have, live music and, activities and choreography. I mean, it's just a fun, really fun event, like Disneyland coming out and spending a couple hours with us here. And yeah, so if anything, the message today, come early and just check it out. And then, once gates open, you'll be able to get inside and see everything else that's going on inside the stadium.
I know there's going to be shuttles and things, correct, for folks to get over here because the parking is a little tougher than usual.
Yeah, parking is a little tougher than usual with that fan activity there. So we've got, if you don't have a parking pass already purchased, don't come to the stadium. We've got no parking here. We've allocated all of our parking here, but we've got other campus lots. You got Lincoln, Brady garages that you can go park at. We've got shuttles. Go downtown, park in one of the downtown options. We got plenty of downtown shuttles, or just use your game ticket, jump on VRT, and come from anywhere in the valley for free tonight to Boise State and tomorrow. That's your best way to get here. Jump on, mass transit, carpool, find parking downtown, take the shuttle. We've got plenty of options to get people here. But if you don't have parking, don't show up at the stadium. Go park and use one of our public transit options.
I do have one more, and you're probably busy and have to go. But do you have like a to-do list of things that you want to see tonight and tomorrow night that could apply to an easier process when you open this thing for real on September 12th?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be spending a lot of time in the north end zone, just sitting in a corner, taking pictures, taking notes. And it's just going to be that. I've got to learn how this building operates. We designed it, and buildings operate the way that you design them. So some of the things you don't always catch as you're in the process. Sure. So there'll be some problem solving, some solution finding. But yeah, I'm just going to be taking notes, just sitting in the background, jumping in where I can and try and smooth things over here and there. But really, it's just going to be a lot of just take it in, a lot of input, and then what are our lessons learned, and how do we get that better for tomorrow, and then how do we get it better for September 12th?
Well, Nathan, appreciate your time. I know you got a lot to do, so we'll get you to it. But congratulations. It's an awesome I know you said you're not quite done, but it looks pretty darn done to us. So congratulations. Hope it goes well the next 2 days, and looking forward to the general public getting in tonight and seeing this place. And we appreciate you for joining us.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
There he is, Nathan Burke. Appreciate him for joining us here on Bronco Nation News. Hey, the Blue and Orange Store. Check out the blueandorangestore.com. All your Boise State merchandise. You can check out the Blue and Orange Store online at theblueandorangestore.com. unveilingsportsstore.com. They're going to have, Mike, a new kiosk set up for the home football games inside the old recruiting lounge up there on the top. So a lot more additional kiosks for the Hall of Fame and things like that. So check out the Blue and Orange Store online at the blueandorangestore.com. Appreciate Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate as well. Bauscher Real Estate, number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher, BauscherRealEstate.com. Element Fencing, elementfencing.com. 25 plus years in the fencing company. Check out Brady and his staff, elementfencing.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shop ridleys.com. And all your painting needs, those concrete coatings, world famous. Check them out at Ridley's Family Markets, rowpaint.com as well. As I got ahead of myself, Mike, rowpaint.com. All your painting needs, the concrete coatings, the interior, exterior painting. We appreciate Andy Rowe for his support of BNN from day one. So if you're looking for all your painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. All right, Mike, as we kind of hit the final segment of the show here, I'm not sure what you thought you were expecting when I asked you last night, can we do the show today? And I know maybe, like I said, the banana ball part of this, the actual game is maybe secondary, but just the experience, the event, you being down here, seeing this North End Zone project, seeing the parking lot, the two interviews we've just had. Did I don't know if I changed your mind on banana ball, but at least being down here and seeing what this is like, do you have a better feel of what the next 2 days are going to be like for folks?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I am kind of getting that Garth Brooks vibes in terms of the energy and stuff. But yeah, once the baseball players show up and once those fans show up and the merch and the gear and the colors, it's going to be so spectacular. And I just love anything that can kind of create a buzz in the community that is so important to the rest of us. So I think it's really, really cool. And I'm so excited, man, because I love concerts and big events, and not everything is going to be for everybody. You can't go 10 for 10 on these kinds of things, but the birth of this sports and entertainment business at Boise State, I just don't think people understand how quick and how fast and how important this has become. It's a real entity. It's a real business with a real vision moving forward. 40 employees already, and many of those are students who are going to go off into the world and live in the world of entertainment and sports. What a great opportunity that is for them. It's so cool, and I can't wait for them to bring in rodeos and Lainey Wilson and football games and baseball games and concerts and the hockey thought. I've been pushing for the hockey for a long, long time, so there's a way to get that done. And the hockey wouldn't be just a one-off type of a game. It would be a community event for a whole week, skating for families and youth tournaments and kids tournaments and family skating and a high school championship game and a pro championship game and all different kinds of things over the course of 5 nights. And I think it would be really, really cool to see. And one day, I think the dream will happen. And there'll be a day before we all die that we're going to see so many different events in this building. At the end, it's going to be really, really cool. And this is just the beginning of it. And yeah, banana ball's not for everybody, but entertainment like this in a first-class venue like this, that is for everybody.
And one thing that was kind of subtle, Mike, but if you look around, aside from that screen over there, what's the one thing you don't see? There's one thing you don't see right away, and it's any blue, it's any orange, it's any Boise State logos. There's the one Boise State big logo right as you're walking up the stairwell in the big, main entry. But they purposely, now they can change these colors on game day to be blue, and they can change it pretty quick. But you can be an Idaho Vandal alum if you want, and come in here and have a wedding or a reception. They wanted a big part of this main room right here to be open year round, and you want to have a wedding, but you don't want to have Boise State logos all over it. That was one subtle thing that I think will help them in some of those other events and things.
So what you're saying is once we find Johnny Ballgame a girl, he could actually get married in here? Is that what once we get Johnny Ballgame a girl, he can get married in here?
If that ever were to happen, yes. Now they may not let them in here. I don't know. The whole point is you can be any. I did.
Were you being distracted?
They'll take anybody's money.
Did you get a thumbs down on the Vandal idea?
Yes. The point is if you want to get married or some famous event in your life and you don't want to have that whatever it is, maybe you're a alum of somebody.
The bride-to-be doesn't want a BSU logo in the background.
Or you are a Boise State fan, but you don't want that to be a part of your wedding day. Like, I get it, and they purposely made this with that, but it has that old rustic feel. Is it like like you're in a log cabin at times or something, and it's really cool. And I know Mike, even the other part of this, which was a big part of why they did this, was for the student athletes. And when you go in the main entrance down there, I don't know which way you came in, right when you walk in, and where fans will walk in tonight, is the nutrition station. And it's, the soccer team, the volleyball team can come in and get their shakes and their food and their snacks and all their stuff. And then we saw pictures of them all coming in here and eating now. I mean, the kitchen is right around the corner here, and they can have, full meals for all these teams. The football team is going to be eating in here, moving forward in terms of how close it is to the facility and not having to go up to Stickle Sky Center to eat and things like that. Like, yeah, it's cool for the events. It is cool for all that. But when it gets down to it, this is going to benefit the student athletes here. And we mentioned the recruiting lounge back here and what that's going to bring, and the new room for the post-game press conferences. But this truly is going to be a multi-use facility that's going to benefit a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't want to mix up the adult experience and the student athlete experience. And I'm not sure what door I walked into, but the first time I walked into a door about an hour and a half ago, the first thing I saw was a bar. That's all I needed to see. So, I mean, it wasn't stocked, I'm assuming, because they're serving breakfast for the football team here in a little bit. But I saw a bar, and on game day and tonight, that sucker will be loaded up. And this place has it for everybody: Disneyland, kids, adults, and all kinds of fun stuff. This is going to be a spectacular place to be. This is going to be the place to be for the next 2 nights.
Now, Wednesday, the place will be the practice field. Practice 1. Final thing, Mike, because we won't talk to you again until after the first practice. It's been a I guess I was going to say long off season, but it kind of feels like it went by pretty quick. We're back with football starting on Wednesday on the field with the first practice. Spencer Danielson's going to hold a press conference next week. So this is going to be fun the next 2 days. This is the focus, but come Monday morning, it's fall camp week, and we're ready to get after with some football coverage.
Yeah, final weekend to get away from all that kind of stuff. And wake up Monday morning, and it is real. And we'll have some questions for Spencer and dive into fall camp. One thing we're going to talk about, first of all, you'll be on Idaho Sports Talk today at 4:15, talking about Albertsons Stadium, talking about this experience, and kind of going over some of this stuff and with a little bit of a deeper dive. But we're going to talk a little football today about the camp itself. Wednesday, it's going to be a lot of fun. One of the things that I want to talk about today is camp going to be just as physical in the fall as it was in the spring? Live tackling, massive physicality in the spring at the risk of getting players hurt, because Spencer Danielson wants to be a more physical football team. Is he going to apply that in the fall as well? We won't know for sure until Monday when we get a chance to ask him, but we'll debate the physicality part of it, which was such a big part of spring ball. I hope they bring back a little bit of the live tackling, a little bit of the physicality for fall. Closer to the season, you got to be a little bit careful, but that's just one of the many things we'll be looking for next week.
Well, now we've also got about 10 hours to speculate who the special guest will be tonight as well.
Based on what he said, I'm pretty sure I know one of them.
Famous game. I think there's a couple options there, though. But yeah, you can take a guess.
Did he throw potatoes 80 yards when he was in high school back in Oregon? Those legendary stories that this guy could launch a potato 100 yards when he was growing up on a potato farm in Oregon. Maybe that's what came to mind. I want to know
who we got the text last night about, though. Second edition. I mean, can we get somebody on
I had no idea on that
jet
one.
Between fall, NFL practices or something? I don't know.
But So they march out celebrities like for a first pitch or for an inning, or how does that work?
They like, it depends on who they are and what they can do. But if it's a little tougher because you don't have guys that played. But yeah, you'll have somebody throw out a first pitch. You'll have somebody, if it's a coach, just theoretically, if you got a Coach Pete to come back, or maybe Spencer's involved, maybe coach first base for an inning. But they had when they were in Cincinnati, they had some players for the Bengals, like pinch run or something. I mean, you could have a player actually, if he used to play, actually participate. Maybe they could bat or pitch, or the easiest way, if they're a football player and maybe that's not their specialty, would be to pinch run. But a guy gets on base and then he acts like his hammies hurt, and all of a sudden you get a famous guy coming out to pinch run, maybe a former running back or something. So it's a little easier in an MLB city to incorporate. They were just in Wrigley with the Cubs, and they had former Cubs players pinch hit and come in from the bullpen to pitch. And I mean, that's a pretty cool deal as well. But there will be at least one both nights, and wouldn't surprise me if it's more. Former player, and then you mentioned Maddox Madsen. I don't know if that's possible, but Spencer, I'm sure, will be a part of this somehow, whether it's first pitch, coaching, something. They will bring former players. That is a big part of it, is who makes a surprise appearance, and so that's a intriguing thing that you never really know, and then at some point there'll be a cool moment in the middle of the game, and hopefully there is some cool famous alumni that can come back for this.
I love it. It gives me memories of a month ago. Ashton Genty in a Hot Wheels truck, baby.
All right, 3 to 6 p.m. Idaho Sports Talk today. As long as you guys can hear me with a cell signal and a band playing and drinks flowing and kids running around getting autographs, I will do my best to join you guys 4:15, give you the sights, the sounds, the live scene out from the plaza. But I know you guys are excited to continue this discussion and just this whole thing, and then get ready for football. But 3 hours of Idaho Sports Talk today.
Appreciate it, man. And it's going to be a blast. We will see you at 4:15. Go find a quiet little corner. I know that's going to be hard, but you're a professional. You can pull it off. You can make that happen.
I got 4 11-year-olds I'm going to be running around tonight, so we'll see. I'll do my best. But looking forward to it. Everybody have fun. Appreciate Chris and everybody here at Boise State for helping us out and letting us do this here. And looking forward to what should be a fun, historic couple of days here. If you're coming down, enjoy the north end zone, and appreciate it. This has been Bronco Nation News Live. Our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, is the the mobile Sun Cruiser Studios down here at Boise State. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. Maybe we'll see you out here this weekend for Banana Ball. And, of course, we'll be hearing you listen at 3 o'clock to Idaho Sports Talk. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.